The Whispering Manor on a windswept hill outside the small town of Elmsworth stood an ancient, crumbling mansion known as Blackthorn Manor. For decades, it had remained abandoned, its dark silhouette looming over the town like a ghostly guardian. The townsfolk whispered that the manor was cursed, haunted by the restless spirit of its last owner, Evelyn Blackthorn, who had vanished without a trace over a century ago. Despite the warnings, a group of young paranormal investigators, led by the ambitious Claire Morgan, decided to explore the manor for their YouTube channel. They believed the legend of Blackthorn Manor would make for the perfect episode. The group consisted of Claire, her skeptical best friend Eric, the tech expert Mia, and Sam, who considered himself a psychic medium. The team arrived at the manor just as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie orange glow across the sky. The house stood shrouded in mist, its broken windows and decayed wood giving off an unsettling aura. "Perfect setting," Claire said, her camera recording the approach. "This is going to be our biggest video yet." As they stepped inside, the air grew colder. The faint scent of mildew and decay filled their noses. Dust swirled in the faint light of their flashlights, and the floorboards creaked underfoot. "This place feels wrong," Sam muttered, rubbing his arms as if trying to ward off an unseen chill. "Just your imagination," Eric scoffed. "Let's set up the equipment." The investigation begins. The group divided the house into sections. Claire and Eric explored the grand staircase and upper floors, while Mia and Sam set up cameras and EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, recorders in the parlor. Claire found a dusty portrait of Evelyn Blackthorn hanging in the upstairs hallway. The woman in the painting had piercing blue eyes that seemed to follow her wherever she moved. "Creepy," Eric said, shining his flashlight on the portrait. As they turned to leave, they heard faint footsteps behind them. Spinning around, they found the hallway empty. "Just old wood settling," Eric said, though his voice lacked its usual confidence. Downstairs, Mia and Sam sat in silence, listening to the EVP recorder. At first, the static was all they heard, but then came a faint whisper. "Get out." "Did you hear that?" Mia whispered, her face pale. Sam nodded, his eyes wide. "We're not alone." The first encounter back upstairs, Claire and Eric entered the master bedroom. The air was freezing, their breath visible in the dim light. The bed was covered in a layer of dust, and a broken mirror hung crookedly on the wall. As Claire adjusted her camera, a loud bang echoed from the hallway. Rushing out, they found the door to another room wide open, though they had left it closed. "Something's playing games with us," Claire said, her excitement masking her fear. "Or someone," Eric replied, clutching a flashlight like a weapon. Meanwhile, in the parlor, Mia and Sam's recorder picked up more whispers. This time, the voice was clearer. "She's coming." Before they could react, the parlor door slammed shut with a deafening crash. The room plunged into darkness as their flashlights flickered. "Sam, what's happening?" Mia asked, panic in her voice. "I don't know," Sam replied, his voice trembling. "But something's very, very wrong." The ghost revealed. The group regrouped in the grand foyer, visibly shaken. Claire replayed the EVP recordings, and they all heard the whispers. "Get out. She's coming." "Who's coming?" Eric asked, his voice a mixture of curiosity and fear. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and the chandelier above them began to sway. A low, mournful wail filled the air, growing louder with each passing second. From the shadows emerged a figure, a translucent woman in a tattered gown, her face obscured by long, tangled hair. "It's Evelyn," Sam whispered, clutching his amulet tightly. The ghost floated toward them, her movements slow and deliberate. "Why are you here?" she rasped, her voice echoing unnaturally. "We mean no harm," Claire said, her voice trembling. "We just want to know your story." The ghost paused, her form flickering. "You seek the truth?" The group nodded, though fear was etched on their faces. The truth unveiled. Evelyn began to speak, her voice sorrowful. She revealed that she had been betrayed by her own family. Her husband, driven by greed, had poisoned her to claim her inheritance. But Evelyn's spirit remained trapped in the manor, bound by the betrayal and unable to find peace. As she spoke, the house seemed to react. Walls groaned, and distant screams echoed through the halls. You must help me, Evelyn said, her eyes pleading. Destroy the locket. The one he gave me. It binds me here. Where is it? Claire asked. Evelyn raised a ghostly hand and pointed toward the basement. The descent reluctantly, the group descended into the basement, their flashlights barely penetrating the oppressive darkness. The air was thick, and the smell of damp earth filled their lungs. In the corner of the room stood an old chest. Opening it, they found a golden locket, its surface tarnished but still gleaming faintly. This must be it, Claire said, picking it up. The moment she touched it, the room shook violently. Evelyn's voice echoed, hurry. Destroy it. The final confrontation as Claire prepared to smash the locket, a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. It was Evelyn's husband, his spectral form twisted and malevolent. You will not take this from me, he roared, lunging toward them. Sam stepped forward, chanting a protective incantation. The spirit recoiled but didn't retreat. Do it now, Sam shouted. Claire hurled the locket against the wall, shattering it into pieces. A blinding light filled the room, and the shadowy figure let out a blood-curdling scream before dissolving into nothingness. Peace restored when the light faded. Evelyn stood before them, her form now radiant and peaceful. Thank you, she said, her voice filled with gratitude. I am free. With that, she vanished, leaving the group in stunned silence. The manor grew still, its oppressive atmosphere lifted. As the group left, the first rays of dawn illuminated the hill, casting the once terrifying house in a softer light. The aftermath the video Claire uploaded went viral, but the team agreed never to return to Blackthorn Manor. Though Evelyn had found peace, the experience left them forever changed. Even now, Claire sometimes wonders if they truly ended the curse, or if something darker still lingers in the shadows of the Whispering Manor.